that one useless man is called a disgrace. Two are called a law firm. And that three or more become a Congress. And by God, I have had this Congress. For 10 years, King George and his Parliament have gull-cullied and diddled these colonies with their illegal taxes. The Stamp Act, Townsend Act, Sugar Acts, Tea Acts. And when we dared stand up like men, they stopped our trade, seized our ships, blockaded our ports, burned our towns, and spilled our blood. And still, this Congress won't grant any of my proposals on independence, even so much as the courtesy of open debate. Good God, what are they waiting for? Sit down, John. Sit down, John. God save John. Sit down. Sit down, John. Sit down, John. God save John. Sit down. Now to open up a window. It's 90 degrees. Have mercy, John, please. It's hot out. We gotta help me out. Now to open up a window. I say, vote yes. Vote yes. Vote for independency. I wanna open up a window. I say, vote yes. Sit down, John. Vote for independency. I wanna open up a window. Too many parties. Too many parties. But it's hot out. We gotta help me out. Vote yes. No, too many parties here. Vote yes. John, sit down. Good God. Consider yourself fortunate that you had my man to you, for no sane man would tolerate it. All under a board, we've heard this before. Now for God's sake, John, sit down. I say vote yes. No. Vote yes. No. Vote for independency. I wanna open up a window. I say vote yes. Sit down, John. Vote for independency. Would someone shut that man up? Never! Dear God, for 1 whole year they have been sitting here. For 1 year! Doing nothing! I do believe you laid a curse on North America. A curse that we hear now reverse in Philadelphia. A second flood, a simple famine, plagues among us everywhere. For a cataclysmic earthquake, except some despair. But no, you sent us Congress. Good God, sir, was that fair? I say this with humility. Philadelphia, where your responsibility? Philadelphia, if you don't want to see us hanging on some far-off British hill, if you don't want the voice of independency forever still, then God, sir, get thee to it, for Congress never will. You see, we couldn't when the land is all, not whatever do we solve. It's when the land is all. Nothing's ever solved in foul, unnatural, fuming, foggy, filthy Philadelphia. What ought to open up a window? Oh, shut up.
I now call the Congress's attention to the petition of Mr. Melchior Meg, who claims $20 compensation for his dead mule. It seems the animal died while transporting luggage in the service of the Congress.
It seems then the question would be one of occasion. For if the mule expired not while carrying, but after being unloaded, then surely the beast dropped dead on its own time.
Good God! They may sit here for years and years in Philadelphia. The indecisive grenadiers of Philadelphia. They can't agree on what is right or wrong or what is good
I have such a desire to knock heads together.
I know, my dearest, I know, but that's because you make everything so complicated. It's all quite simple, really. Just tell the Congress to declare independence, then sign your name, get out of there, and hurry home to me. Our children all have to marry, little cloud keeps turning blue. Till all the others mingle and are coming down with flu. They say we may get smallpox.
Madam, what else is new? Abigail, in my last letter I told you that the king had collected 12,000 German mercenaries to send against us. I asked you to organize the ladies and make saltpeter for gunpowder. Have you done as I asked?
No, John, I have not.
Why have you not?
Because you neglected to tell us how saltpeter is made.
By treating sodium nitrate with potassium chloride, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
Will it be done then?
I'm afraid we have a more urgent problem, John.
More urgent, madam?
There's one thing every bullet's missed in Massachusetts Bay. Don't look at me, you egotist pay. Heed to what I say. We've been from Framingham to Boston and we cannot find a pin. Don't you know there's a boron, says these tradesmen with a grin? Well, we will not make saltpeter until you send us here.
Pins, madam, saltpeter.
Here,
Saltpeter.
here,
Saltpeter.
here,
Saltpeter.
here,
Peter.
here,
Peter.
here,
Peter.
here.
Done, madam, done.
Done, John. Hurry home, John.
As soon as I'm able.
Don't stop writing. All I have.
Every day, my dearest friend.
Till then, I am as I ever was and ever shall be. Yours,
Saltpeter.
Are you ready, Michelle?
Franklin, where in God's name were you when I needed you?
Right here, John, being preserved for posterity. You like it?
It stinks.
Oh, as ever, the soul of tact.
The man's no Botticelli.
And the subject's no Venus.
Franklin, you heard what I suffered in there.
Heard, of course I heard. All of Philadelphia heard. Lord George, John, your voice is piercing.
I wish to heaven that my arguments were. By God, Franklin, when will they make up their minds? With one hand, they can raise an army, dispatch one of their own to lead it, and cheer the news from Bunker's Hill. While with the other, they wave the olive branch, begging the king for a happy and permanent reconciliation. Why, damn it, Pat George has declared us in rebellion. Why can't they?
John, really, you talk as if independence were the rule. It's never been done before. Never has a colony broken away from the parent stem in the entire history of the world before.
Damn it, Franklin, you make it sound treasonous.
Why? Treason. Treason. Treason is a charge invented by winners as an excuse for hanging the losers.
Damn it, Franklin, I got more to do than listen to you quote yourself.
No, that was a new one.
Why, we're at war, Franklin!
To defend ourselves, nothing more. We resisted, the English moved against us, and we sought to defend ourselves. And now our Congress wishes to effect a reconciliation before it becomes a war.
Reconciliation, my foot! The people want independence!
The people have read Mr. Paine's Common Sense. I doubt very much that Congress has. John, why don't you give it up? Nobody listens to you anyways. You're obnoxious and disliked.
I'm not promoting John Adams. I'm promoting independence.
Evidently, they cannot help but separating the two.
What are you suggesting?
Let someone else in Congress propose.
Never! Who did you have in mind?
Oh, I don't know. I really haven't given it much thought.
You sent for me, Benjamin?
Never!
Oh, Johnny!
Richard.
Richard, John and I need your advice.
Well, if it's mine to give, it's yours, you know that.
Thank you, Richard. It seems that the cause we support has come to a complete standstill. Now, why do you suppose that is?
Simple. Johnny is obnoxious and disliked.
Yes, that's true. What's the solution, I wonder?
Well, it's obvious. Let somebody else in Congress propose.
Richard, that's brilliant. Wasn't that brilliant, John?
That's brilliant.
Now, the question remains, who can it be? We need a man that belongs to a delegation publicly committed to support our cause for independence, and so far, only Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Delaware have declared our way.
And Virginia, Benji. Don't forget Virginia.
Oh, I haven't, Richard. How could I? But, strictly speaking, while Virginia's views on independence are well known, your legislature in Williamsburg has never formally authorized its delegation here in Congress to declare our way. Now, if we could only think of a Virginian with enough influence who could persuade the House of Burgesses.
Don't tell me if I can't think of somebody.
Who?
Me.
Why didn't I think of that?
I'll leave tonight. Hell, right now, if you like. I'll stop by Stratford just long enough to refresh the missus and then straight to the matter. Virginia, the land that gave us our glorious commander-in-chief, George Washington, will now give the continent its proposal on independence. And when Virginia proposes, the South is bound to follow. And when the South goes, where the middle colonies go. Gentlemen, a salute to Virginia, the mother of American independence.
Incredible. We're free and he hasn't even left yet. What makes you so sure that you can do it?
Huh.
My name is Richard Henry Lee, Virginia is my home. My name is Richard Henry Lee, Virginia is my home. And may my horses turn to glue if I can't deliver up to you a resolution on Independence Day. Oh, why if the first family in the sovereign colony of Virginia. Yes, the oldest family in the
oldest colony in America, and may the British burn my land if I can't deliver to your hand a resolution on independency. You see, everywhere, financial, internal, external, nocturnal, eternal.
Modestly, God help us.
He will, John, he will. They say that God in heaven is everybody's God.
Amen.
Well, they say that God in heaven is everybody's God. But I tell you, John and Bride, God leaves a little on the side of the leave the Lord to the earth. You see, verily, everywhere there's also Lee, Bobby Lee, General Harry Lee, Jesse Lee, Willie, and Richard H. That's me. And may my blood stop running blue if I can't deliver up to you a resolution on independence day. You see it verily, when do you leave? Immediately. Verily, when do you return? Go ahead. Verily,
Franklin, that was the most revolting display I've ever witnessed.
Oh, they're warm-blooded people, those Virginians.
Not him, you! You and your infernal obsession for deviousness. Why, if you'd have come right out and asked him straight, he'd have gone a half an hour ago.
Oh, cheer up, John, for our cause is again riding high, sitting straight in the saddle and in full gallop for Virginia.
Everyone a queen, for they are leaves and leaves of Virginia. So bring out it dearly,
Delegation belong?
Oh, they mill over there in the corner by the 2 Carolinas.
It's past 10. I understand that Congress convenes at 10.
They'll be wandering in any time now. Old Grayson got leading the pack.
Old who?
Look there!
Grayson got.
Fetch me a rum.
You'll be pleased to meet Dr. Lyman Hall.
I don't need a doctor now.
New delegate from Georgia.
Well, why didn't you say so? I'm Stephen Hopkins, old delegate from Rhode Island. McNair, 2 mugs of rum.
No, it's too early in the day.
Oh, nonsense. It's a known fact. A little rum gets your heart started in the morning. No, I'm surprised you didn't know that. And speaking as the oldest member of Congress,
Ben Franklin's older by almost a year.
a rum. Tell me, Dr. Hall, where does Georgia stand on the question of independence?
With South Carolina, of course.
Why, good morning, Nettie. Say, I'd like to have you meet
Dr. Lyman Hall, new delegate from Georgia. Now this here is Edward Rutledge from whatever Carolina. He says, not God knows I can't keep straight.
A pleasure, sir. Your service, sir.
Now you have met the long and the short of it. Daddy here is only 26. He is the youngest one of us.
Except for Dr. Franklin, of course.
Back there! You're wrong. Where'd you have to go for it, man? Jamaica?
Tell me, Dr. Hall, where does Georgia stand on independence at this time?
Well, I'm here without instructions, able to vote my own personal convictions.
And they are
Personal.
Dr. Hall, the Deep South speaks with one voice. Why, it's historical, and it's traditional. Ah, it's a Delaware. Tria Junta in Uno.
Speak plain, will you, Rutledge? You know, we can't follow none of your flapping French.
Latin, Colonel McKean. An everlasting tribute to the eternal peace and harmony of the Delaware delegation.
Say what you mean, man. You know neither Caesar or I can stand this little warp.
Gentlemen, please. I'd like you to meet Dr. Lyman Hall, new delegate from Georgia. Caesar Rodney.
Sir?
Colonel Thomas McKean.
Sir?
And George Reed.
Where do you stand on independence, sir?
With South Carolina, it seems.
I leave the good doctor in your excellent company, gentlemen.
Tell me, sir, would you be a doctor of medicine or theology?
Both, Mr. Rodney. Which can be of service?
By all means, the physician first. Then we shall see about the other.
At your convenience, sir.
I trust, Caesar, that when you're through converting the poor fellow to independency, that you would give the opposition a fair crack at him.
You're too late, John. When I get them, they're gone. Dr. Lyman Hall of Georgia, Mr. John Dickinson of Pennsylvania.
An honor, sir.
Your service.
Judge Wilson, forgive me. But how can anyone see you if you insist on standing in Mr. Dickinson's shadow? Mr. James Wilson, also of Pennsylvania.
Sir,
An honor, sir.
can you get out of my way, please? Good morning, all.
Good Lord. You happen to have the honor of being Dr. Franklin?
I had that honor, sir. Unfortunately, the gout accompanies the honor.
Been living too high again, eh, Pappy?
Stephen, I only wish King George felt like my big toe. All over.
McNair! McNair! Fetch a pillow and 2 more lugs of rum.
Well, Franklin, where's that idiot Lee? Has he returned yet? I don't see him.
Softly, John. Your voice is hurting my foot.
One more day, Franklin, and not a minute longer. Why, that strutting popinjay was so damn sure of himself, he's had time to bring back a dozen proposals by now.
Tell me, James, how do you explain this strange monumental quietude that this Congress has been treated to these past 30 days? Has the ill wind of independency finally blown itself out? For myself, I must confess that a month free from the New England noise is more therapeutic than a month in the country. Don't you agree, James?
Oh,
Mr. Adams, pray look for your voice, sir. It cannot be far. And heaven only knows we need the entertainment in this Congress.
Congratulations, John. You just made your greatest contribution to independence. You kept your trap shut.
One more day, Franklin.
Gentlemen, the usual morning festivities concluded, I will now call this Congress to order. Mr. Thompson. Second Continental Congress meeting in the city of Philadelphia is now in session. 7 June 1776, the 380th meeting. Good Lord. The Honorable John Hancock of Massachusetts Bay President. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Mr. McNair, The stores of rum and other drinking spirits are hereby off limits to the colony of Rhode Island for a period of 3 days.
Yes, sir.
Johnny, you can't do that! Sit down, Mr. Hopkins. You abused the privilege. The chair takes this opportunity to welcome Dr. Lyman Hall of Georgia to this Congress and hopes that he makes the best of it. Mr. Thompson will read the roll.
All members present with the following exceptions: Mr. Charles Carroll of Maryland, Mr. Samuel Adams of Massachusetts, Mr. Button Gwinnett of Georgia, Mr. George White and Mr. Richard Henry Lee of Virginia, and the entire delegation of New Jersey.
I'm concerned over the continued absence of 1/13 of this Congress. Where is New Jersey?
Somewhere between New York and Pennsylvania.
Thank you very much. Dr. Franklin, have you heard anything? Your son resides there.
Son? What son, sir?
Why, the Royal Governor of New Jersey, sir.
As that title might suggest, we're not in touch at time.
Yes, well, the weather report, Mr. Jefferson of Virginia. Mr. Jefferson.
Present, sir.
May we hear about the weather, as if it weren't speaking for itself.
"87 degrees of temperature, 30.06 inches of mercury, wind out of the southwest for today, probably tonight, and tonight, I'm going home.
On business?
Family business."
Give her a good one for me, young feller.
Yes, sir, I will.
From the Commander, Army of the United Colonies in New York, dispatch number 1137.
Good Lord.
To the Honorable Congress, John Hancock, President, dear sir. It is with great apprehension that I have learned this day of the sailing from Halifax, Nova Scotia, of a considerable force of British troops in the company of foreign mercenaries and under the command of Sir William Howe. There can be no doubt that their destination is New York, for to take and hold this city and the Hudson Valley beyond would serve to separate New England from the other colonies, permitting both sections to be crushed in turn. Sadly, I see no way of stopping them at the present time, as my army is absolutely falling apart. My military chest is totally exhausted. My commissary general has strained his credit to the last. My quartermaster has no food, no arms, no ammunition, and my troops are in a state of near mutiny. I pray God some relief arise before the Armada, but fear it will not. Your obedient, G. Washington.
What news, Dickie? What news? Is it done?
First things first. Where's Tom? Tom, where's Tom? Tom, your little bride wants to know.
Where is he again?
Never mind that.
Is it done?
Why, certainly. Mr. President, I have returned from Virginia with the following resolution. Resolved that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are free from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is, and ought to be, totally dissolved.
Mr. President, Massachusetts seconds the proposal.
The resolution has been proposed and seconded. The chair will now entertain debate.
Mr. President,
Mr. Dickinson.
Pennsylvania moves that the question of independence be postponed indefinitely.
I second the motion.
Judge Wilson, in your eagerness to be loved, you seem to have forgotten that Pennsylvania cannot second its own motion. Delaware second.
You would, you little weed.
motion to postpone has been moved and seconded. Mr. Thompson.
On the motion to postpone indefinitely the resolution of independency or proceed with the debate, all those in favor of debate say yea. All those for postponement say nay. New Hampshire.
New Hampshire favors debate, says yea.
New Hampshire says yea. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts having borne the Yes, I said tyranny. Massachusetts now and for all time says yea.
Massachusetts says yea. Rhode Island. Mr. Hopkins, where's Rhode Island?
Rhode Island is out visiting necessary.
After what Rhode Island consumed, I can't say I'm surprised. We'll come back to him, Mr. Thompson.
Rhode Island passes. Connecticut.
Well, Connecticut has until now been against this proposal. I have been instructed that if any colony outside New England should propose this, Connecticut could no longer withhold its support. Connecticut votes yea.
Connecticut says yea. New York.
Mr. Secretary, New York abstains courteously.
New York abstains.
Courteously.
New Jersey.
Absent, Mr. Secretary.
Oh yes, New Jersey is absent. Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, for the 24th time, says nay.
Pennsylvania says nay. Delaware. Delaware, as ever for independence, says yea. Delaware says yea. Maryland.
Maryland would welcome independence if it were given, but is highly skeptical that it can be taken. Maryland says nay.
Maryland says nay. Virginia.
Virginia, the first colony, says yea.
Virginia says yea. North Carolina.
North Carolina respectfully yields to South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Although we in South Carolina have never seriously considered the question of independence, when a gentleman proposes it, attention must be paid. However, we in the Deep South have no cause for impatience at this time. If at some future date it becomes the wish of all our sister colonies to effect a separation, we will not stand in the way. But for the time being, South Carolina will wait and watch. My vote is nay.
South Carolina says nay.
North Carolina
Says nay. Yes, Mr. Hughes, I know. Georgia. Georgia.
Mr. Secretary, Georgia is split right down the middle on this issue. The people are against it, and I'm for it. I'm not yet certain whether representing the people means relying on their judgment or my own. But in all fairness, and until I can figure this out, I must vote nay. Georgia says nay.
Georgia says nay. Rhode Island. Second call. Rhode Island.
I'm coming! I'm coming, hold your damn horse.
We're waiting on you, Mr. Hopkins.
Well, it won't kill you. You would think that Congress would have its own necessary. All right, where does she stand?
5 for debate, 5 for postponement, 1 abstention and 1 absent.
So it's up to me, is it? Well, I'll tell you, in all my years, I have never heard, seen, or smelled an issue that was so dangerous that it couldn't be talked about. Hell yes, I'm for debating anything. Rhode Island says yay.
Mr. McNair and Mr. Hopkins are wrong, but you said get him a whole barrel if he wants it. The chair now declares this Congress a committee as a whole for the purpose of debating Virginia's resolution on independence. Mr. Dickinson.
Well now, you've got your way at last, Mr. Adams. The matter may now be discussed. I must confess I'm almost relieved. There's a question I've been fairly itching to ask you. Why?
Why what, Dickinson?
Why independence, Mr. Adams?
For the fairly obvious reason that our continued association with Great Britain has grown intolerable.
To whom, Mr. Adams? To you? Then I suggest that you sever your ties immediately. But please be kind enough to leave the rest of us where we are. Personally, I have no objections to being part of the greatest empire on earth, to enjoying its action and sharing its benefits.
Benefits? What benefits? Crippling taxes? Cruel repressions? Abolished rights?
Is that all England means to you, sir? Is that all the affection and pride that you can muster for the nation that bore you? For the noblest, most civilized nation on the face of this planet? Would you have us forsake Hastings and Magna Carta, Strongbow and Lion-Hearted, Drake and Marlborough, Tudors, Stuarts, and Plantagenets? Tell me, sir, tell me, for what? For you? Some men are patriots like General Washington, and some are anarchists like Mr. Payne. Some even are internationalists like Dr. Franklin. But you, sir, you are merely an agitator, disturbing the peace, creating disorder, endangering the public welfare. And for what? Your petty little personal complaints. Your taxes are too high. Well, sir, so are mine. Come, come, Mr. Adams. If you have grievance, and I'm sure you have, our present system must provide a gentler means of redressing them, short of revolution. That's what he wants. Nothing short of it will satisfy him. Violence, rebellion, treason. Now, Mr. Adams, are these the acts of Englishmen?
Not Englishmen, Dickinson.
Americans! No, sir. Englishmen!
Please, Mr. Dickinson, must you start banging? How is a man to sleep?
Dr. Franklin, must you start speaking again? How's a man to stay awake? We'll promise to be quiet, sir. I'm sure everyone prefers that you remain asleep.
If I'm to hear myself called an Englishman, sir, I assure you that I prefer that I remain asleep.
What's so terrible about being called an Englishman? The English don't seem to mind.
Nor would I had I the full rights of an Englishman. But to be called one without those rights is like calling an ox a bull. He's very thankful for the honor, but he'd much rather have restored what's rightfully his.
When did you first notice that they were missing, sir? Fortunately, Dr. Franklin, the people of these colonies maintain a higher regard for their mother country.
Higher certainly than she feels for them, for never has such a valuable possession been so stupidly and recklessly managed as this entire continent by the British crowd. Our industry discouraged, our resources pillaged, and worst of all, our very character stifled. We spawned a new nationality here, Mr. Dickinson. Rougher, simpler, more violent, more enterprising, and less refined. We're a new nationality, Mr. Dickinson. We require a new nation.
And as I said, the people feel quite differently.
What do you know about the people, Dickinson? You don't represent the people. You represent only yourself. And that precious status quo you keep imploring the people to preserve for their own good is nothing more than the eternal preservation of your own property.
Mr. Adams, you have an annoying talent for making such delightful words as property sound quite distasteful. In heaven's name, what's wrong with property? Have you forgotten that many of us first came to these shores in order to secure rights to property? And that we hold those rights no less dear than the rights you speak of.
So safe, so fat, so comfortable in Pennsylvania.
And what is this independence of yours? Except the private grievance of Massachusetts. Why is it always Boston that breaks the king's peace? My dear Congress, you must not adopt this evil, Major. It is the work of the devil. Leave it where it belongs, in New England.
Brother Dickinson, New England has been fighting the devil for more than 100 years.
And as of now, Brother Sherman, the devil has been winning hands down. Why, at this very moment, he's sitting here in this Congress. Don't let him deceive you. This proposal is entirely his doing. Just a minute here. It may bear Virginia's name, but it reeks of Adams, and more Adams. Look at him, ready to lead this continent down the fiery path of total destruction.
Good God! Why can't you acknowledge what already exists? It's been more than a year since Lexington and Concord. Why, damn it, man, we're at war right now!
You may be at war, you, Boston, and John Adams, but you will never speak for Pennsylvania.
Nor for Delaware, sir. You represent only 1/3 of Delaware, Mr. Reed. The sensible third, Mr. Rodney. Sit down, you little roaster! Sit down, all three of you! Right there! Do something about these flies. Right there! Fetch me a rum. Get the flies first. Hey, rum!
A boy got 2 hands.
Oh, blood is this hot. Please do go on, gentlemen. You're creating the only breeze in Philadelphia.
Mr. Adams, perhaps you could clear something up for me. After we've achieved independence, who do you propose would govern in South Carolina?
Well, the people, of course.
Which people, sir? People of South Carolina or the people of Massachusetts?
Why don't you admit it, Nettie? You're against independence now, and you always will be.
Aye. You misunderstand me, gentlemen. We desire independence for South Carolina. That's our country. And as such, we don't wish to belong to anyone. Not to England, and not to you.
We intend to be one nation, Rutledge.
United for our own mutual protection and separate for our own individual pursuits. This is what we have understood it to be, and this is what we will support, as soon as everyone supports it.
There you are, Mr. Adams. You must see we need time to make certain who we are and where we stand in regard to one another. For if we do not determine the nature of the beast before we set it free, it shall end by consuming us all.
For once in your life, Wilson, take a chance. I say the time is now. It may never come again.
Your clock is too fast, Mr. Adams. This Congress is not yet ripe for independence.
Not right? Hell, we're rotten for the one of it.
Gentlemen, please. What in heaven's name is the infernal hurt? Why must this issue be settled now? What is wrong with now, Mr. Chase? General Washington is in the field. And if he's defeated, as it now appears, we'll be inviting the hangman. But if by some miracle he should actually win, why then we can declare any damn thing we please.
That's the sentiments of North Carolina, precisely.
Has it ever occurred to either one of you that an army needs something to fight for in order to win? A cause, a purpose, a flag of its own.
Mr. Adams, how can a nation of only 2 million souls stand against the entire British Empire? 10 million souls. Think of it. How do we compensate for that shortage?
It's simple, Mr. Chase. Increase and multiply.
How's that?
We will more than compensate with spirits. I tell you, there's a spirit out there with the people that's sadly lacking in this Congress.
Yes, of course. Now it's the spirit. Why didn't I think of that? No army, no navy, no arms, no ammunition, no treasury, no friends, but bless our soul, spirit. Mr. Lee, Mr. Hopkins, Mr. Riley, Colonel McKee, Dr. Franklin, why have you joined this incendiary little man? This busted radical, this agitator, this demagogue, this madman.
Are you calling me a madman? You! Come on!
Easy, John.
You and your Pennsylvania proprietors. You cool, considerate men. You keep to the rear of every issue. So that if we should go under, you'll still remain afloat.
Are you calling me a coward?
Yes, coward!
Madman!
Lord!
The enemy is out there!
No, Mr. Rodney, the enemy is here.
No, I think it's not there! England! England! Closing in! Cutting off our air! There's no top! There's no air! Thomas!
Caesar, Dr. Hall.
Colonel McKee.
It's his cancer.
Yes, he must go home.
Yes, a man should die in his own bed. John!
I'm your Caesar.
I leave you divided Delaware. Forgive me.
I'll take you home, Caesar, but I'll be back within the week, sir.
Mr. President, South Carolina calls the question.
What's that, Mr. Rutledge?
South Carolina wishes to end the debate and call the question of independence.
Delaware seconds, Mr. President. Gentlemen, please. The question has been called and seconded. Mr. Thompson, you will record the vote.
Franklin, do something! Think! I am thinking, nothing's coming.
All those in favor of the resolution on independence as proposed for the colony of Virginia, signify by...
Mr. Secretary, would you read the resolution again, please?
Oh,
I forgot.
Oh, come now.
Resolved that these United Colonies are and ever right on.
I beg your pardon. I'm the Reverend John Witherspoon, no delegate from New Jersey. Dr. Franklin, I regret I must be the bearer of unhappy tidings, but your son, the Royal Governor of New Jersey, has been taken prisoner and moved to the colony of Connecticut for safekeeping.
Is he unharmed, sir?
When I last heard he was, yes, sir.
Oh, well, then why the long face? I hear that Connecticut is a very nice location. Tell me, why did they arrest the little bastard?
Our New Jersey legislature has recalled the old delegation in this Congress and sent a new one in its place.
quickly, man! Where do you stand on independence?
Haven't I made that clear?
No!
No, I suppose I haven't, but that was the reason for the change. We have been instructed to vote for independence.
Mr. President, Massachusetts is now ready
I won't forget, Mr. Adams. The chair would like to welcome the Reverend Witherspoon and appoint him congressional chaplain if you'll accept the post.
With much pleasure, sir.
Very well. You may proceed, Mr. Thompson.
All those in favor of the resolution on independence as proposed...
Mr. President, Pennsylvania moves that any vote in favor of independence must be unanimous.
I second the motion. Oh, thank God. Delaware seconds.
No votes ever had to be unanimous, Dickinson, and you know it.
Yes, but this one must be.
On what ground?
That no colony be torn from its mother country without its own consent.
Here, here.
But it will never be unanimous, Dad.
If you say so, Mr. Adams.
It has been moved and seconded that the vote on independence must be unanimous in order to carry. All those in favor signify by saying yea.
Yay!
6 colonies say yea. All those opposed signify by saying nay.
Yay!
6 colonies say nay.
Mr. Secretary, New York abstains courteously.
Mr. Morris, why does New York constantly abstain? Why doesn't New York just stay in New York? Very well, the vote is tied. The principles of independence has no greater advocate in this Congress than its president. And that is why I must join those who vote for unanimity.
Good God, what are you doing? You stop us!
Hear me out. Don't you see that any colony who refuses to fight on our side will be forced to fight on the side of England? That we'll be setting brother against brother? That our new nation will carry as its emblem the mark of Cain? I can see no other way. Either together we walk, or together we stay right where we are. Oh, proceed, Thompson.
A unanimous vote being necessary to carry, if any be opposed to the resolution...
Mr. President!
For heaven's sakes, let me get through it once.
Mr. President, I move for a postponement.
Postponement? Huh. I wish you the same luck I had with it.
Mr. Adams is right. We need a postponement.
On what ground?
On what ground?
Mr. President, how can this Congress vote on such a motion without a written declaration of some sort defining it?
What sort of declaration?
Well, stating all the reasons for the separation, and our goals and aims, and so on and so forth, etc., etc.
Ditto.
Ditto.
We know those, don't we?
Well, good God, yes, we know them. But what about the rest of the world? Surely we would require the aid of a powerful nation like France or Spain. And such a declaration would be consistent with European delicacy.
Answer me straight, Adams. What would be its purpose?
Well, place before all mankind the common sense of the situation, in terms so plain and firm as to command their assent.
Mr. Jefferson, are you seriously suggesting that we publish a paper declaring to all the world that an illegal rebellion is in reality a legal one?
Mr. Dickinson, I'm surprised at you. You should know that a rebellion in the first person, such as our rebellion, is always legal. It's only in the third person, their rebellion, that it's illegal. Mr. President, I second the motion to postpone the vote on independency for a period of time sufficient for the writing of a declaration.
It has been moved and seconded. Mr. Thompson.
All those in favor of the motion to postpone signify by saying yea.
Yea!
6 colonies say yea. Against?
Nay!
6 colonies say nay.
Mr. Secretary, your abstain courteously.
Mr. Morris, what in hell goes on in New York?
I'm sorry, Mr. President, but the simple fact is that our legislature has never sent us explicit instructions on anything.
Never? That's impossible.
Have you ever been present at a meeting of the New York legislature? They speak very fast and very loud, and no one pays any attention to anyone else, with the result that nothing ever gets accomplished. I beg that Congress is pardoned.
My sympathies, Mr. Morris. The vote again being tied, the chair decides in favor of postponement. So ruled. A committee will now be formed to manage the declaration. Said document to be written, debated, and approved by the beginning of July, at which time Virginia's resolution on independence will finally be voted. Is that clear? Will the following gentlemen serve on the Declaration Committee? Dr. Franklin, Mr. John Adams, Mr. Sherman, Mr. Livingston, and of course, Mr. Lee.
Excuse me, but I must be returning to the sovereign land of Virginia as I have been asked to serve as governor. Therefore, I must decline respectfully.
Very well, Mr. Lee. I suppose we could leave it as a four-man committee.
Mr. President, this business requires a Virginian. Therefore, I propose a replacement. Mr. Thomas Jefferson.
No, Mr. Adams, no.
Very well, Mr. Adams. Mr. Jefferson will serve.
But I'm going home too to my wife.
Move to adjourn.
No, wait.
Second?
But I haven't seen her.
It has been moved and seconded. Any objections?
Yes, I have objections. What?
So moved. This Congress stands adjourned.
Mr. Adams, I say you should write it to your legal-minded, brilliant reading first.
Is that so?
Well, I didn't want you to do it.
They're up there quilting through it. I'm obnoxious and disliked. You know that, sir.
Yes, I know.
Then I say you should write it, Franklin. Yes, you.
Hell no.
Yes, you, Dr. Franklin.
Mr. Adams. What? Mr. Adams. The things I write are only like extemporaneous. I will put politics on paper in the media. So I wish you to use the pen in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, we do to you the best.
Mr. Sherman, I say you should write it. You are never controversial, as it were.
That is true.
Whereas if I'm the one to do it, they'll run their quill pens through it. I'm obnoxious and disliked. You know that, sir.
Yes, I do.
Then I say you should write it, Roger. Yes, you.
Ellen, no.
Yes, you, Roger Sherman.
Mr. Adams. But, Mr. Adams, I cannot write with any style or property. I don't know a preposition from a predicate. I'm just a simple prophet from Connecticut. Connecticut, a simple property.
college, Robert. Yes, you.
Not me, Johnny.
Yes, you, Robert Livingston. You.
Mr. Adams, dear Mr. Adams, I've been presented with a new son by the noble sort, and I am going home to celebrate at Mount Court with all the Livingstons together back in New York. New York!
1775. Magnificent. You write 10 times better than any man in Congress, including me. For a man of only 33 years, you have a happy talent for composition and a marvelous felicity of expression. Now, will you be a patron or a lover?
A lover.
No!
But I heard, Mr. A.
You can lie, Mr. J.
You do?
John!
Who'd have thought it?
Mr. Jefferson, dear Mr. Jefferson, I'm only 41. I still have virility, and I can run to Cupid's bow with great agility. But life is more than sexual combustibility. Combustibility! Now you write it, Mr. J.
Who will make me, Mr. A?
I.
You?
Yes.
How?
By physical force is necessary. It's your duty, damn it!
Mr. Adams? Dear Mr. Adams, you're obnoxious and disliked and cannot be denied. Once again you stand between me and my lovely bride. Lovely bride. Oh, Mr. Adams, you are driving me to homicide. Homicide!
The choice is yours. Do as you like with it. We may see.
Damn the man. God damn the man.
Jefferson? Is it finished, man? You've had a whole week. Is it done? Can I see it?
There comes a time in the lives of men when it becomes necessary for them to advance from that subordination in which they have hitherto remained.
This is terrible. Where's the rest of it? Do you mean to say that it is not finished?
No, sir. I mean to say that it has not begun.
Good Lord! A whole week! The entire Earth was created in a week!
Someday you must tell me how you did it.
Look at it, Franklin. Virginia's most famous lover.
Virginia upstage.
Cheer up, Jefferson. Get out of the dump. It'll come off right. I promise. Now, get back to work. Franklin, tell him to get back to work.
He's a slave.
Franklin! Tell him to get back to work.
You are who, and whose little girl are you? John, who is she?
His wife, I hope.
What makes you think so?
Because I sent for her.
You what?
Well, it simply occurred to me that the sooner his problem was solved, the sooner our problem was solved.
Good thinking, John, good thinking.
Madam, allow me to present myself. John Adams. Adams. John Adams. And Dr. Franklin, inventor of the stove. Jefferson, would you kindly present me to your wife? She is your wife, isn't she?
Of course she is. See how they fit? Well, come along, John.
Come along where? There't work to be done.
Obviously.
Good Lord! You mean they're going to... in the middle of the afternoon?
Not everyone's from Boston, John.
Incredible.
Good night, John.
Franklin, have you eaten yet?
Not yet, but...
I hear the turkey's fresh with a bunch of grapes.
John, I have a rendezvous. I'd ask you along, but talking makes her nervous.
Incredible. Oh, Abigail, Abigail, I'm very, very lonely, Abigail.
Are you, John? Then as long as you were sending for wives, why didn't you send for your own?
Oh, don't be unreasonable, Abigail.
Now I'm unreasonable. You must add that to your list.
List?
The catalog of my faults that you included in your last letter.
Oh, they were fondly intended, madam.
That I played cards badly.
Compliment!
That my posture is crooked.
And endearment.
That I read, write, and think too much.
And irony.
That I am pigeon-toed.
Well, there you have it, Abby. I'm afraid you are pigeon-toed. Come to Philadelphia, Abigail. Please come.
Thank you, John. I do want to. But you know it's not possible now. The children have the measles.
Yes, so you wrote. Tom and little Abby.
Only now it's Quincy and Charles. And it appears that the farm here in Braintree is failing, John. The chickens and geese have all died, and the apples never survived the late frost. How do you suppose she managed to get away?
The winters are softer in Virginia.
And they're women, John?
Fit for Virginians, madam, but pale, puny things compared to New England girls.
John, I thank you for that.
How goes it with you, Abby?
Not well, John. Not at all well. I live like a nun in a cloister, solitary, sullen. I hate, and you
I hate it.
Rise to me with sentimental confusion. Let me revel in romantic illusion.
Do you still smell of vanilla and the spring air? And is my favorite lover's pillow still firm and fair?
What was there, John? Still is there, John. Come soon as you can to my cloister. I've forgotten the feel of your hand.
Soon, madam, we shall romp in Cupid's home together.
And all hardly certain that promised land. Till then, I am as I am once, and ever shall be. Yours,
yours, yours, yours,
Sorry to be late, John, but I was up until all hours. You been out here long?
Oh, not long.
What are you doing out here? I thought you'd be up there cracking the whip.
The shutters are still closed.
My word, so they are. Well, as the French say...
Oh, please, Franklin, spare me your bawny mind first thing in the morning. Dare we call?
A congressman dares anything. Go ahead.
Me?
Your voice is more piercing.
Maybe we'd better come back later.
What?
What? It's simply indecent.
Oh, John, they're young and they're in love.
Not them, Franklin, us. Standing out here, waiting for them to... I mean, what will people think?
Don't worry, John. The history books will clean it up.
It doesn't matter. I won't appear in the history books anyway. Only you. Franklin did this, Franklin did that, Franklin did some other damn thing. Franklin smoked the ground enough and George Washington, fully grown on his horse. Franklin then electrified him with his miraculous lightning rod. And the three of them, Franklin, Washington, and the horse, conducted the entire revolution all by themselves.
I like it. Look at her. John, look at her. I am. She's even more magnificent than I remember. Of course, I didn't see much of her last night. Good morrow, madam. Good morrow.
Is it a habit in Philadelphia for strangers to shut ladies from the street?
Not at all, madam, but we were just...
And it's men your age. It's not only unseemly, it's unsightly.
Excuse me, madam, but we met last evening.
I spoke to no one last evening.
We were there, nevertheless. We presented ourselves, but your thoughts were taken elsewhere. This is Mr. John Adams, and I am Dr. Franklin, inventor of the stove.
Please, I know your names very well, but you say you presented yourself to me?
It's of no matter. Your thoughts were well taken elsewhere.
My husband is not yet up.
Shall we start over? Will you join us, madam?
Of course.
No wonder the man couldn't write. Who could think of independence married to her?
It is indeed an honor to meet the two greatest men in all of America.
Certainly the greatest within earshot, anyway.
I am not an idle flatterer, Dr. Franklin. My husband admires you both greatly.
Then we are doubly flattered, madam, for that which your husband admires greatly. We admire also. Did you sleep well, madam?
I mean, did you lie? I mean, well, you know what I mean.
Yes, John, we do know what you mean. We've had precious little information about you, madam. Tell us about yourself. What's your first name?
Martha.
Oh, Martha. He might at least told us that. I'm afraid your husband doesn't speak very much.
He's the most silent man in Congress. Why, I don't think I've ever heard him utter 3 sentences together.
Not everyone's a talker, John.
It's true, you know. Tom is not a talker. Oh, he never speaks his passions. He never speaks his views. Whereas other men speak volumes, the man I love is mute. In truth, I can't recall being moved with words at all. Even now.
Go on, man. How did he win you, Martha? How does he hold on to such a bounty as you?
Sure, you've noticed that Tom is a man of many accomplishments. Author, lawyer, farmer, architect, statesman. And yet, there's one more that I do hesitate to mention.
Don't hesitate, madam. Don't hesitate.
Yes, tell us, what else could that red-headed tombstone do?
Well, he plays the violin. He tucks his mind under his chin. And he blows. Yes, he blows. For he knows. Yes, he knows that it's high, high, high doodle. Twixt my heart, Tom and Smith, my strings are unstrung. I'm always undone.
The violin man.
I hear his violin, and I get that feeling within. And I'm sad, oh, I'm sad. He draws near, oh, so near, and it's high, 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 diddle, diddle. My good, my diddle, my strings are unstrung. I'm always undone.
That settles it, John. We're taking up the violin.
Very well, madam. You've got us playing the violin. What happens next?
Next, Mr. Adams?
Yes, what does Tom do now?
Just what you'd expect. We dance.
Dance! Incredible!
Who's playing the violin?
Oh, not really. Franklin! Look! Franklin! He's written something! He's done it! He's done it!
Dear Mr. Adams, I am taking my wife back to bed. Kindly go away, your obedient tea.
Maybe I'm the one who should have written the Declaration after all. At my age, there's little doubt. The pen is mightier than the sword. For it is high, high, high little bill. God bless the man who can fiddle. And independence high, 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 ya-ta-ta-ta.
Congress now sitting, about to sit, or just having sat, a committee formed to investigate a complaint made against the quality of yeast manufactured at Mr. Henry Pendleton's mill, designated as the Yeast Committee. A committee formed to consider the most effective method of dealing with spies, designated as the Spies Committee. A committee formed to think, perhaps to do, but in any case to gather, to meet, to confer, to talk, and perhaps even to resolve that each rifle regiment be allowed at least one drum and one pipe attached to each company designated as the Drum and Pipe Committee.
Look at it, Doctor. What Plato calls democracy. A charming form of government full of variety and disorder. I never knew that Plato had been to Philadelphia.
Big dare, open the windows.
I'm going back to part, Fred, which I feel will save everyone a lot of time and effort, considering the epidemic of bad disposition that's going around here lately. And I'll read it to you. Dear sir, you are without a doubt a rogue, a rascal, a villain, a thief, a scoundrel, and a mean, dirty, stinking, sniveling, sneaking, pimping, pocket-picking, thrice-double damn no-good rascal. And you would sign your name. What do you think, Billy?
Leave it out, make it done. Right now.
The committee formed to answer all congressional correspondence designated as the Congressional Correspondence Committee.
All right, Franklin, enough socializing. There is work to be done. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Good morning. Now, let's get with it.
Let's get with what?
Unanimity, of course. Look at that board. 6 nays to win over and a little more than a week.
And a committee formed to consider the problem of counterfeit money designated as the...
All right, where do we start, John? How about Delaware? It's a sad thing to see her on the wrong side after all this time. Is there any word of Caesar? McGee back. But Thomas!
And a committee formed to study the causes of our military defeat in Canada, designated as the Military Defeat Committee.
How did you leave Caesar? Was he still alive?
Aye, what the Trojan over was fearful hard on him. The man never complained none, but I could see that he was suffering terrible.
But you got him safely home.
That I did. But I doubt if he ever steps foot out of it again.
That leaves you and Reed split right down the middle. Will he come over?
I don't know. He's a stubborn little skunk.
Then work on him. Keep at him until you wear him down.
But face the facts, John. If it were just Reed standing in the way, it wouldn't be so bad. But look for yourself. Pennsylvania, Maryland, the entire South. It's impossible.
It's impossible if we all stand around complaining about it. Torp, McKee, one foot in front of the other.
I believe I can put it a better way. Never leave off till tomorrow that which you can do.
Oh, shut up.
What good will it do? You know Dixon. He'll never change his mind. And you haven't heard the gospel nothing yet either.
Never mind about them. Your job is George Reed. Talk him deaf if you have to. but bring us back Delaware.
There's a simpler way. This'll break the time.
All right, who's next, John?
And a committee formed to keep secrets, designated as the Secrets Committee.
Pennsylvania and Maryland. I suggest you try to put your own house in order while I take a crack at old bacon face over there. Look at him stuff himself. Ah, Mr. Chase. How about it, Chase? When are you coming to your senses?
Please, Mr. Adams, not what I need to.
Mr. Wilson, it's time to assert yourself. When you were a judge, how in the hell did you ever make a decision?
The decisions I made were all based on legality and precedence. But there is no legality here, and certainly no precedence.
Because it's a new idea you plot. We'd be setting our own precedent.
McGee! You came in the world screaming, no, that's when you run wild. Congress is waiting on you, Chase. America is waiting on you. The whole world is waiting on you. What's that, Jimmy?
Leave me alone, Mr. Adams. You're wasting your time. I thought we could win this war. I'd be in the front of your troops. But you must know it's impossible. You've heard General Washington's dispatches. His army's falling apart.
General Washington is exaggerating the situation in order to arouse this torpid Congress into action. Why, as the chairman of the War Committee, I can tell you for a fact that the Army has never been in better shape. Never have troops been more cheerful. Never have soldiers been more resolute. Never have discipline and training been more spirited. Oh, good Lord.
May we have your ears, gentlemen? Mr. Thompson has a dispatch.
From the Commander, Army of the United Colonies in New York, dispatch number 1157, to the Honorable Congress, John Hancock, President, dear sir. It is with the utmost despair that I must report to you the confusion and disorder that reign in every department. The Continental soldier is as nothing ever seen in this or any other century. He is a misfit, ignorant of hygiene, destructive, disorderly, and totally disrespectful of rank. Only this last is understandable, as there is an incredible reek of stupidity amongst the officers. The situation is most desperate at the New Jersey training ground in New Brunswick, where every able-bodied camp follower in the colony has assembled. There are constant reports of drunkenness, desertion, foul language, naked bathing in the Raritan River, and an epidemic of the French disease. I have declared the town off limits to all military personnel with the exception of officers. I beseech the Congress to dispatch the War Committee to this place in the hope of restoring some of the order and discipline we need to survive. Your obedient, G. Washington.
Up to man with the present lady. Well, Mr. Adams, you're chairman of the War Committee. Are you up to carousing, drinking, deserting New Brunswick?
There must be some mistake. I have an aunt who lives in New Brunswick.
You must tell her to keep up the good work.
Come, Mr. Adams. You must see that it is almost hopeless. Let us disband the Continental Army, recall General Washington, and disband the Continental Army before we are overwhelmed.
Oh, yes. The British would love that, wouldn't they?
Why not ask them yourself? They ought to be here any minute.
And when they hang you, Mr. Adams, I do hope you'll put in a good word for the rest of us.
Face the facts, Mr. Adams. A handful of drunk and disorderly recruits against the entire British Army. The finest musketmen on earth. How can we win? How can we even hope to survive?
Answer me straight, Chase. If you thought we could win, would Maryland say yay to independence?
Well, I suppose.
No supposing, Chase. Would you or wouldn't you?
All right then, yes we would.
Then come with me to New Brunswick and see for yourself.
John, are you mad? You heard what Washington
often said it's a shambles up there.
They're pushing you into it, Johnny.
How about it, Chase? Go ahead, Sam. It's as lively as hell up there. All right. Why not? And then maybe it'll be John Adams who comes to his senses.
Mr. President, the War Committee will heed General Washington's request. A party consisting of Mr. Chase and Dr. Franklin and I will leave immediately.
Is that satisfactory with you, Dr. Franklin? Wake up, Franklin. You're going to New Brunswick.
Like hell I am. What for?
For the carousing and the drinking.
Come on, Chase. Move all that line. There's your triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, Chase.
Mr. McNair, all of this talk of independence has left a certain foulness in the air. My friends and I would appreciate it if you would open up some windows.
But why, sir?
Mr. McNair, the windows.
Open the windows, close them. Good Lord.
Oh, say, can you see what I see? Congress sitting here in sweet serenity. I could cheer on Reason Square for the first time in a year. Adams isn't here. And look, the sun is in the sky. A breeze is blowing. No command. Future plan. Fortune dies. Society survives in neatly ordered lives with well-endowed wives. Come sing Hosanna, Hosanna, in our breaking and our banner. We are full. Come ye full, consider us set. We'll stand together to the same minuet. To the right, never to the right, never to the left, forever to the right. Let our praise be never to exceed regulated space, no matter what the need. Come sing Hosanna, Hosanna, emblazoned on our banner, it's keep cold.
Dispatch number 1158 to the Honorable Congress, John Hancock, President. Dear Sir, I have woke this morning to find that General Howe has landed 25,000 British regulars and Hessian mercenaries on Staten Island, and that the fleet under the command of his brother, Admiral Lord Howe, controls not only the Hudson and East Rivers, but New York Harbor, which now looks like all of London afloat. I can no longer in good conscience withhold from the Congress my certainty that the British military object at this time is Philadelphia. Happy should I be if I could see the means of preventing them, but at present I confess I do not. Oh, how I wish I had never seen the Continental Army. I would have done better to retire on the back country and live in a wigwam. Your obedient, G. Washington.
What do we do? We do rationally. We never ever go off half-cocked, not we. Why begin till we know that we can win? And if we cannot win, why bother to begin?
We say this game's not of our choosing. Why should we risk losing?
us in our minuet? Why do you persist on dancing with John Adams? Good Lord, sir, you don't even like him.
That is true. He and I think one on one. But still I'd rather trust to Mr. Adams to go on.
But why? For personal glory? For a place in history? Be careful, sir. History will brand him and his followers as traitors.
Traitors to what, Mr. Dickinson? The British crown or the British mob crown? Fortunately, there are not enough men of property in America to dictate power.
Perhaps. But don't forget that most men with nothing would rather protect the possibility of becoming rich than face the reality of being poor. And that is why they will follow us. To the right, never to the right, never to the left, or ever to the right. Where there's gold, a market will hold, tradition that is old, we love to be bold. And sing Hosanna, Hosanna. In a sane and lucid manner, we are full, concerning men whose lives may never be seen again. With my hand, hand, self-command, future plan.
Well, what's the error, you know? Chair rules is too hot to work. Tell me, General, what's it like out there?
Heck, you probably know more than me.
Sitting in here, this is the last place to find out what's going on. You don't see them running off to get killed, do you? But they sure are great ones for sending others, I'll tell you that.
Who sits here?
Caesar Rodney of Delaware. Where are you from, General?
Watertown.
Where's that?
Massachusetts.
Oh, then you belong over here. But be mighty careful about this chair. There's something about it that makes a man awful noisy. Tell me, General, you see anybody?
I sure did. I see my two best friends get shot dead on the very same day. Right on the village green it was, too. And when they didn't come home for supper, their mamas went out looking for them. Miss Laurel, she found Timothy right off. And Miss Pickett, she looked near half the night for Willem. As he gone to crawl off the green before he died.
But then we turned round and the battle begun. Then I went under. Oh, ma, am I done? Hey, hey, oh, mama, look sharp. My eyes are wide open, my face to the sky. Is that you I'm hearing in the tall grass nearby? Mama, come find me before I do die. Hey, hey, oh mama, look close your eyes, my lady. Them eyes that cannot see. And Maria, my baby, beneath the maple tree. And never again will you whisper to me. Hey, hey, oh mama, look
and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate administrations to which the laws of nature and the nature of God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which entail them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed.
Jefferson, we're back, and we've got a man! That piece we will have as soon as Chase gets through telling the Maryland Assembly what we saw in New Brunswick.
He's back in Annapolis now describing the ragtag collection of provincial militiamen who couldn't train together, drill together, or march together. But when they saw a flock of ducks fly by, and it was their first dinner in 3 full days, oh, Lord, could they shoot together? It was a slaughter!
Reading the Declaration. How far they got?
To render the military independent of its superior to the civil powers. Independent of its superior to...
Well, there's nothing to fear. It's a masterpiece. I'm to be congratulated. You? Well, for making it write it.
Oh, of course.
It's a masterpiece, I say. They will cheer every word, every letter. I wish I felt that way. I believe I can put it better. Now then, attend as friend to friend our declaration committee, for I see
immortality in the Philadelphia city. A barn, a loin, and a sage, a bit gouty in the leg. It's really quite bizarre to think that here we are, playing midwife to an egg. Egg? What egg? Why, America, the birth of a new nation.
If only we could be certain what kind of a bird it's going to be.
Tom's got a point here. What sort of bird should be the symbol of our new America? The eagle.
The dog.
The turkey. The eagle.
The dog.
The eagle.
The eagle.
The turkey.
The eagle is a majestic bird.
The eagle is a scavenger, a thief, and a coward, and the symbol of more than 10 centuries of European mischief.
And the turkey?
A truly noble bird, a native of America and the source of sustenance for our early settlers, and an incredibly brave fellow who would never flinch. Attack an entire regiment of English. Therefore, our national bird is going to be the eagle.
The eagle.
We're waiting for the chirp, chirp, chirp. On an eaglet being born. Waiting for the chirp, chirp, chirp. On this humid Monday morning in this congressional incubator. God knows our temperature's hot enough to hatch a stone, let alone an egg. We're waiting for the scratch, scratch, scratch of the tiny little fellow, waiting for the egg to hatch on this humid Monday morning in this congressional incubator. God knows the temperature's hot enough to hatch a stone. What about F.A.? The declaration will be a triumph, I tell you, a triumph.
If I was ever sure of anything, I am sure of that. A triumph. And if it isn't, we still got 4 days left to think of something else. The eagle's gonna crack the shell of the egg that England laid.
Yes, sir, we can tell on this humid Monday morning in this congressional incubator. And just as Tom here is written, though the shell may belong to Great Britain, the eagle inside belongs to us. And just as Tom here is written, we say to hell with Great Britain, the eagle inside belongs to us.
And that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may have right to. And for the support of this declaration, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. The Congress has heard the report of the Declaration Committee. Are there any who wish to offer amendments, deletions, or alterations to said document? Gentlemen, please. McNair, you'd better do something about these flies. Colonel McKean, I saw your hand first.
Tom, it's a bonny paper you've written there, but somewhere in it you'll mention sending Scottish and foreign mercenaries to destroy us. Scottish, Tom?
It's in reference to a Highland regiment that stood against us in Boston.
Probably Germans. Weird guilts to disguise their being there. I would say remove the word and avoid giving offense to a good people.
Mr. Jefferson?
Mr. President.
The Reverend Witherspoon.
Mr. Jefferson. Nowhere do you mention the Supreme Being. Certainly this must be an oversight, for how could we achieve victory without his help? Therefore, I must humbly suggest the following addition. For the firm alliance and the protection of divine providence.
President, Mr. Reed.
Among your many charges against the king, Mr. Jefferson, you accuse him of denying us the benefit of trial by jury. This is untrue, sir. In Delaware, we have always had trial by jury.
In Massachusetts, we have not.
Oh. Then I suggest the words, in many cases, be added.
Mr. Jefferson? In many cases. Brilliant! I suppose every time you see those three little words, your puny little chest will swell up with pride over your great contributions.
It's more memorable than your unprincipled whitewash of that race of barbarians.
Oh, Mr. Reed, Colonel McKean, that's enough.
Mr. Hopkins.
No objection, Johnny. I'd just like to have another drink.
I should have known. Mr. McNair, get Mr. Hopkins a rum. Mr. Bartlett.
Mr. Jefferson, I beg you to remember that we still have friends in England. I see no purpose in antagonizing them with such phrases as unfeeling brethren, enemies in war. Our quarrel is with the British king, not the British people.
Be sensible, Bartlett. Remove those phrases and the entire paragraph becomes meaningless. And it so happens that it's among the most stirring and poetic of any of the entire document.
We're a Congress, Mr. Adams, not a literary society. I ask that the entire paragraph be stricken.
Mr. Jefferson?
Good heavens, Jefferson! Don't you ever intend to stand up for your work?
I had hoped that it would stand up for itself, Mr. Adams.
What is it, Mr. McNair?
I can't say that I'm very fond of the United States of America as a name for a new country.
I don't care what you're fond of, Mr. McNair. You're not a member of this Congress. Mr. Sherman.
I noted at least, Brother Jefferson, I noted at least two distinct and direct references to the British Parliament in your declaration. Do you think it's wise if we alienate such an august body in light of our contention that they never had any direct authority over us anyway?
This is a revolution, damn it! We're going to have to attend somebody!
John, you're going to have an attack of apoplectic.
Have you heard what they're doing? Have you heard?
Yes, I've heard, John.
And so far, it's only been our friends. Can you imagine what our enemies will do?
The word Parliament will be removed wherever it occurs.
They won't be satisfied until they remove one of the S from Jefferson's name.
Sure, John, it won't last much longer.
Mr. Dickinson.
Mr. Jefferson, I have very little interest in your paper, as there is no doubt in my mind that we have all but heard the last of it. But I am curious about one thing. Why do you refer to King George as a tyrant?
Because he is a tyrant.
I remind you, Mr. Jefferson, that this tyrant is still your king.
When a king becomes a tyrant, he breaks the contract binding his subjects to him.
How so?
By taking away their rights.
Rights that came from him in the first place?
All but one, the right to be free, comes from nature.
Mr. Wilson, do we in Pennsylvania consider King George a tyrant?
Well, I don't know. Well, yes, no. He's not a tyrant in Pennsylvania.
There you are, Mr. Jefferson. Your declaration does not speak for us all. I demand the word tyrant be removed.
Just a minute, I do not consent. The king is a tyrant whether we call him one or not, so we might as well call him one.
But I've already scratched it out.
Then scratch it back here.
Put it back, Mr. Thompson. The king will remain a tyrant. Mr. Hughes.
Mr. Jefferson, nowhere in your declaration do you mention anything about deep-sea fishing rights.
Fishing rights? How long was this killing go on? We have been sitting here for 3 full days. We have endured, by my count, 85 separate changes and the removal of close to 400 words. Would you whip and beat it until you break its spirit? I tell you, this document is a masterful expression of the American mind. If there are no more changes, then I can assume that the report of the Declarations Committee has been accepted.
Just a moment, Mr. President.
Look out.
I wonder if we could prevail upon Mr. Thompson to read a small portion of Mr. Jefferson's declaration again. The one beginning, he has waged cruel war.
Mr. Thompson?
He has affected, he has combined, he has abdicated, he has plundered, he has constrained, he has excited, he has incited, he has waged cruel war. Ah, yes, here it is. He has waged cruel war against human nature itself in the persons of a distant people who never offended him, captivating and carrying them into slavery in another hemisphere, determined to keep open a market where men should be bought and sold. He has prostituted...
That will suffice. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. You know, Mr. Jefferson, I can't quite make out what it is you're talking about.
I'm talking about slavery, Mr. Rutledge.
Ah, yes. You're referring to us as slaves of the king.
No, sir. I am talking about our slaves, black slaves.
Then why didn't you say so, sir? Were you trying to hide your meaning?
No, sir, I was not.
Just another literary license, then.
If you like.
I don't like it at all, Mr. Jefferson. For those of us in South Carolina, black slavery is our peculiar institution and a cherished way of life.
Nevertheless, we must abolish it. For nothing is more surely written in the Book of Faith than that this people shall be free.
We're not concerned with the Book of Faith here, Mr. Jefferson. I'm more concerned with what's written on that little paper there.
That little paper there deals with freedom for Americans.
Mr. Adams is now calling our black slaves Americans. Are they now?
They are. They're people and they're here. If there's any other requirement, I've never heard of it.
They are here, yes. But they're not people, they're property.
Not so. They are people who are being treated as property. I tell you, sir, the rights of human nature are deeply wounded by this infamous practice.
Then see to your own wounds, Mr. Jefferson, for you are a practitioner, are you not?
I have already resolved to release my slaves.
Then I'm sorry. You have also resolved the ruination of your own personal economy.
Economy. Oh, it's economy. There's more to this than the filthy purse strings, Rutledge. It's an offense against man and God.
That's our stinking business, Mr. Rutledge. Our stinking business.
Is it really, Mr. Hopkins? Then what is that I smell floating down from the north? Could it be the aroma of hypocrisy? For who holds the other end of that filthy purse string, Mr. Adams? Our northern brethren are feeling a bit tender towards our slaves. Why, they don't keep slaves, no. But they're willing to be considerable carriers of slaves to others. Why, they're willing for a shilling. Haven't you heard, Mr. Adams? Clean.
Molasses to rock to slave. Oh, what a beautiful walk.
the slavers have come. New England with Bibles and rum. And it's off with the rum and the Bibles. Take on the slaves, clink, clink. Then hail and farewell to the smell of the African coast. Molasses to rum the slaves. 'Tisn't morals, 'tis money that saves. Shall we dance to the sound of the profitable pound in molasses and rum and slaves? Who sail the ships of Guinea, laden with Bibles and slaves? 'Tis Boston can boast to the West Indies coast, Jamaica with rum what she craves, Antigua, Barbados, we brought Bibles and slaves. Gentlemen, you mustn't think that our northern friends merely see our slaves as figures on our ledger. Oh, no. They see them as figures on the block. Notice the faces of the auctions, gentlemen. White faces on African walls. Seafaring faces. New England faces. Put them in the ships. Craft them in the ships. Stuff them in the ships. Bird gentlemen, let the auction begin. Yah-ha! Yah-ha! Macondo! Gentlemen, do you hear? That's the cry of the auctioneer. Yah-ha! Yah-ha! Macondo! Slaves, gentlemen, black gold, living gold, gold from a gold. Guinea, 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 black goods for sale. Ashanti, Evo, 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 black goods for sale. Handle them, fondle them, but don't think of them. Their pride, Yah-wah, Yah-wah,
God, Rodney! Flee!
molasses, the rum, the slave. Who sail the ships back to Boston, laden with gold, see it gleam. Whose fortunes are made in that triangle trade. Hail slavery, the New England dream. Mr. Adams, I give you a toast. Hail Boston. Hail Schultz. Who's staken the
Had just suffered a slight setback. And after all, what is a man profited if he shall gain Maryland and lose the entire South? Matthew chapter 16, verse 26.
McNair, I know, open the window.
No, a rum.
Well, what are you all sitting around here for? We're wasting time. Precious time. Thomas, I want you to go down into Delaware and fetch back Caesar Rodney.
John, are you mad? It's 80 miles on horseback, and he's a dime man.
No, he's a patriot.
But what good will it do? The South has done us in.
And suppose they change their mind. Can we get Delaware without Rodney?
Gad, what a dastardly bunch we are.
Stephen?
I'm going to the tavern, Johnny. Now, if there's anything I can do for you there, let me know.
Chase, Sparta?
What's the use, John? Folks tomorrow morning.
There's less than a whole day left.
Roger?
Face facts, John. It's finished.
I'm sorry, John.
We've no other choice, John. The slavery clause has to go.
Franklin, what are you saying?
It's a luxury we can't afford.
Luxury? 500,000 souls in chains, and Dr. Franklin calls it luxuries. Perhaps you should have walked out to the south.
You forget yourself, sir. I founded the first anti-slavery society on this continent.
Don't wave your credentials at me. Perhaps it's time you renewed them.
The issue here is independence. Maybe you have lost sight of that fact, but I have not. How dare you jeopardize our cause when we've come this far? These men, no matter what we may think of them, are not ribbon clerks to be ordered about. They are proud, accomplished men, and they and the people they represent are about to become a part of this new nation you hope to create. Now, either start learning how to live with them, or pack up and go home. But, in any event, stop acting like a Boston fishwife.
Good Lord, what's happened to me? John Adams. The great John Adams. The wise man of the East. What have I come to? My law practice is down the pipe. My farm mortgaged to the hilt. At a stage in life when other men prosper, I'm reduced to living in Philadelphia. Philadelphia! Oh, Abigail, Abigail, what am I going to do?
Do, John?
Yes, I need your help.
You don't usually ask my advice.
Yes, well, there doesn't appear to be anyone else right now.
Very well, John. What is it?
The entire South has walked out of this Congress. George Washington is on the verge of total annihilation. The precious cause for which I have labored these several years has come to nothing. And it seems that I am obnoxious and disliked.
Nonsense, John.
That I am unwilling to face reality.
Foolishness, John.
That I am pig-headed.
Well, there you have me, John. I'm afraid you are pig-headed.
Has it been any kind of a life for you, Abby? God knows I haven't given you much.
I never asked for more. After all, I am Mrs. John Adams. That's quite a lot for one lifetime.
Is it?
Think of it, John. To be married to the man who's always first in line to be hanged.
Yes, the agitator. Why, Abby? You must tell me what it is. I've always been dissatisfied, I know that. But lately, I find that I reek of discontentment. It fills my throat and floods my brain, and sometimes I fear that there is no longer a dream, but only the discontentment.
Oh, John, can you really know so little about yourself? And can you think so little of me that you'd believe I married the man you just described? Have you forgotten what you used to say to me, John? I haven't. Commitment, Abby, commitment. There are only two creatures of value on the face of this earth. Those with a commitment and those who require the commitment of others. Do you remember, John?
I remember.
Mr. Adams,
What?
this is for you.
Just a minute. What is it? What's in it? Who said it?
Compliments of the Foster Ladies Coffee Club and the Sisterhood of the True City Club and the Friday Evening Baptist Stoning Circle and the Holy Christian Sisters of St. Clair. All for you, John. I am as I ever was and ever shall be.
Just a moment, Abigail. What's in that cake?
Saltpeter, John.
McNair! To buy every damn pin in Philadelphia.
Dan, what sort of pin?
I don't know, whatever ladies use in their sewing. And take that cake to the armory, man. Hurry! Jefferson, Franklin, what are you just sitting around for?
John, didn't you hear a word I said before?
Never mind that. Here's what you got to do.
John, I'm not even talking to you.
It's too late for that, damn it. There's work to be done. Time's running out. Get up, get out of your chair. Tomorrow is here. Too late to despair. Jefferson, talk to Rutledge, talk. If it takes all night, keep talking, talk and talk and talk. You're both Southern aristocrats. Gentlemen, if he'll listen to anybody, he'll listen to you. Right? I'm running out. Get up, out of my chair. Do I have to talk to Wilson? Yes, you do. If it takes all night, keep talking, talk and talk and talk. Get him away from Dickinson. That's the only way to do it.
I'm still from Massachusetts, John. You know where I stand. I'll do anything you like.
No, you're the President of Congress, Hancock. You're a fair man. Stay that way.
Tell me, Mr. Thompson, out of curiosity, do you stand with Mr. Dickinson, or do you stand with me?
I stand with the General. Lately, I've had the oddest feeling that the General's been writing to me. I have been in expectation of receiving a reply from the subject of my last 15 dispatches. Is anybody there? Does anybody care? Is anybody there? Your humble and obedient
across the fight. Still to England I say, good night, forever good night. For I have crossed the Rubicon, let the bridge be burned behind me. Come, watch me, come watch me. Commitment! The croakers all singing through the day, they'll be held to pay in fiery purgatory. Through all the blue, I can see the rays of ravishing light and glory. Is anybody there? Does anybody care? Does anybody see what I see fireworks. I see the pageant and pomp and parade. I hear the bells ringing out. I hear the cannons roar. I see America, all America free How quiet the chamber is. Does anybody care? Does anybody see what I see?
Yes, Mr. Adams, I do.
Dr. Hall, I'm sorry I didn't...
Well, I'm sorry I startled you. I couldn't sleep. In trying to resolve my dilemma, I remembered something that I once read, that a representative owes the people not only his industry, but his judgment. And he betrays them if he sacrifices it to their opinion.
It was written by Edmund Burke, member of the British Parliament.
Thank you for coming, Caesar Rodney, and God bless you, sir. Call the roll, Mr. Thompson, and I'd like to remind you that a single name vote will defeat the resolution. Mr. Thompson.
New Hampshire.
Hampshire says yea.
New Hampshire says yea. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts says yea.
Massachusetts says yea. Rhode Island.
Rhode Island says yea.
Rhode Island says yea. Connecticut.
Connecticut says yea.
Connecticut says yea. New York.
Mr. Secretary, New York abstain courteously.
New York abstain. New Jersey.
New Jersey says yea.
New Jersey says yea. Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania's ready yet. Will you come back to us later?
Pennsylvania passes. Delaware. Delaware, by majority vote, says yea. Delaware says yea. Maryland says yea. Maryland says yea.
Virginia says yea.
Virginia says yea.
North Carolina respectfully yields to South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Well, Mr. Adams. Well, Mr. Rutledge. You must believe that I will do what I have promised to do. What do you want, Rutledge? Remove that offending passage from your declaration. If we did that, we would be guilty of what we ourselves are rebelling against. Nevertheless, remove it, or South Carolina shall bury now and forever your dream of independence.
John, I beg of you, consider what you're doing.
Mark me, Franklin, if we give in on this issue, posterity will never forgive us.
That's probably true, but we won't be around to know about it. We'll be long gone. Besides, what will posterity think we were? Demigods? We're men, no more, no less. Trying to get a new nation started against greater odds than a more generous God would have allowed. First things first, John. America. Independence. Or if we don't secure that, what difference will the rest?
Jefferson! Say something!
What else is there to do?
Well, man, you're the one who wrote it.
I wrote all of it, Mr. Adams.
There you are, Rutledge. You've got your slavery, and little good may it do you. Now vote, damn it, vote!
Mr. Secretary, the fair colony of South Carolina votes yea.
South Carolina says yea.
North Carolina says yea.
North Carolina says yea. Georgia.
Georgia says yea.
Georgia says yea. Pennsylvania, second call.
Mr. President, Pennsylvania regrets all the inconvenience that such distinguished men as Adams, Franklin, and Jefferson were put to just now. They might have kept their document intact for all the difference it will make. Mr. President, Pennsylvania says...
Just a moment. I ask that the delegation be polled.
Dr. Franklin, don't be absurd.
A poll, Mr. President. It's a proper request.
Yes, it is. Poll the delegation, Mr. Thompson.
Dr. Benjamin Franklin.
Yea.
Mr. John Dickinson.
Nay.
Mr. James Wilson. Judge Wilson.
There it is, Mr. Wilson. The entire question of American independence rests squarely upon your shoulders. An entirely new nation, Mr. Wilson, waiting to be born or to die in birth, all on your say-so. What will it be, Mr. Wilson? Every matchmaker in the world is waiting for your decision.
Come now, James. Nothing has changed. We mustn't let Dr. Franklin create one of his confusions. The question is clear.
Most questions are clear when someone else must decide them.
It would be a pity for a man who handed down hundreds of wise decisions from the bench to be remembered only for the one unwise decision that he made in Congress.
James, you're keeping everybody waiting. The secretary has called for your vote.
Don't push me, John. I know what you want me to do. But Mr. Adams is correct about one thing. I'll be the one who'll be remembered for it.
What do you mean?
I'm different from you, John. I'm different from most men here. I don't want to be remembered. I don't want the responsibility.
Well, whether you want it or not, there's no way of avoiding it.
Not necessarily. If I vote with them, I'll only be one among them. No one will ever remember the name of James Wilson. But if I vote with you, I'll be the man who prevented American independence. I'm sorry. Just more than I bargained for.
And is that how new nations are born? By an entity trying to preserve the anonymity that he so richly deserves?
Revolutions come into this world, Mr. Dickinson, like bastard children. Half compromised, half improvised. Our side has provided the compromise. Judge Wilson is providing the rest.
James, I'm sorry, John. My vote is yea.
Pennsylvania says yea. The count being 12-0 with one abstention, resolution on independence is adopted.
It's done! It's done!
Mr. Thompson, is the declaration ready to be signed?
It is.
Then I suggest we do so. And the chair further proposes that for our mutual security, that no man be allowed to sit in this Congress without attaching his name to it.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. I cannot in good conscience sign such a document. I will never stop hoping for the eventual reconciliation with England. But because in my own way, I regard America no less than does Mr. Adams, I will join the army and fight in her defense, even though I believe the fight to be hopeless.
Goodbye, gentlemen. Gentlemen of the Congress, I say ye, John Dickinson.
Gentlemen, are there any objections to the declaration being signed as it now stands?
Yes, Mr. Hancock, I have one.
You, Mr. Adams?
Yes, Mr. Jefferson, it so happens that the word is unalienable, not inalienable.
I'm sorry, Mr. Adams, but inalienable is correct.
Mr. Jefferson, I happen to have a Harvard degree.
And I went to William and Mary.
Gentlemen, please. Mr. Jefferson, will you yield to Mr. Adams' request?
No, sir. I will not.
Oh, very well, I'll withdraw it.
Good for you, John.
I'll talk to the printer about it later.
Very well, gentlemen. We are about to brave the storm in a skiff made of paper. And how it will end, God only knows.
That's a pretty large signature there, Johnny.
So Fat George in England can read it without his glasses. Step right up, gentlemen. Don't miss your chance to commit treason.
Mr. Hancock is right. That paper there is our passport to the gallows. But There's no turning back. Either we all hang together, or we shall most assuredly hang separately.
Well, in my case, hanging won't be so bad. One snapping it'll be over. But little old Reed there will be dancing and jiggle long after I'm gone.
Gentlemen, forgive me if I don't join in the merriment. But if we were to be arrested right now, my name is still the only one on the thing.
Army of the United Colonies, Army of the United States in New York, dispatch number 1209 to the Honorable Congress, John Hancock, President, dear sir. I can now report with some certainty that the eve of battle in New York is near at hand. Toward this end, I have ordered the evacuation of Manhattan and directed our defenses to take up stronger positions on the Brooklyn Heights. At the present time, my forces consist entirely of Hazlitt's Delaware militia and Smallwood's Marylanders, a total of 5,000 troops to stand against 25,000 of the enemy. And I begin to notice that many of them are lads under 15 and old men, none of whom could truly be called soldiers. One personal note to Mr. Lewis Morris of New York. I must regretfully report that his estates have been totally destroyed, but that I have taken the liberty of transporting Mrs. Morris and 8 of the children to Connecticut in safety. The 4 older boys are now enlisted in the Continental Army, and as I write these words, the enemy is plainly in sight beyond the river. How it will end, only Providence can direct. But dear God, what brave men I shall lose before this business ends. Your obedient G. Washington.
Very well, gentlemen. McNair, go ring the bell. Mr. President, Mr. Morris, the hell with New York. I'll sign it anyway. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Stephen, sit down.
No! I want to remember the face of each man as he signed.
Very well. Mr. Thompson?
New Hampshire, Dr. Josiah Bartlett. Massachusetts, Mr. John Adams. Rhode Island, Mr. Stephen Hopkins.